Hey guys, Tomboy601, and welcome to Patch Notes, baby. This update is going to be an interesting one. This is going to be an update where either people are going to be super happy, there's going to be things people are super happy about, there's going to be things that I think people are going to be upset about, and we're just going to get in. Let's tease something at the end of the video. A certain Kansas City-based American cruiser will return. Yeah. Okay. Did that bait you? I've been baited by the master. Anyways, so let's go ahead and dive on in. First things first, German battleships, or really the German battlecruisers, arrive in force. As we predicted, Tier 4 will be the Derflinger, Tier 5 the Mackensen, Tier 6 the Prince Heinrich, the Tier 7 the Zeiten, and well, there will also be a Tier 8, but it will be locked until the research phase happens next update. One thing to note, that the crates, the early access crates, aren't going to go on sale day one of the update, which I find a little weird because I feel like usually Wargaming's all about capitalizing on that big money. But hey, you know what? A little less pressure off me. It means I don't have to cover those ships opening day. I'm absolutely fine with that. And as we said, the Tier 8 is going to be Prince Ruprecht, which means Schlieffen will be the legendary tier ship. But you know, we'll see how these ships go. If you want more information on them, I think fellow community contributor Zarkoon did an excellent overview video about how they perform currently over on the PC version that you should probably go check out if you want some information. Next up, the Bushido campaign. Yes, the campaign ship Musashi is here. She's gonna be a Tier 8 battleship with 460 millimeter guns, aka 18.1. I, for one, am not too thrilled. I was kind of hoping we'd get a couple more updates without Overmatch down in, without Overmatch in Tier 8. That way you could theoretically not have to worry about Overmatch in Tier 7. Because one thing that was confirmed is it does sound like the matchmaking will be reverting back to the +1, -1. So upper tiers will no longer have that 3 spread. Anyways, the campaign structure is going to be 5 weeks as usual, 100 milestone cash-up mechanic available, and heroic missions will also be sprinkled in. If you choose to go without the Admiralty backing, you can expect to get the following: 40 common boosters, 8 Type 1 camouflages, 8 Type 2 camouflages, 8 European camouflages, 8 red, white, and blue camouflages, 8 Regina Marina camouflages, 8 revolutionary camouflages, 8 Union Jack camouflages, 8 victory camouflages, 247,500 Commander XP, 225,000 credits, 7,250 global XP, 14 promotion orders, 1 insignia, 1 commendation, 8 days of premium account time, 1 summer big crate, 2 fall big crates, 1 Japanese commander crate, 1 patch symbol, and 1 commemorative flag. Then if you choose to buy the Admiralty backing for 2,500 doubloons, you get all of that, and 40 rare boosters, 12 Type 1, 12 Type 2, 12 European, 12 red, white, and blue, 12 Regina Marina, 12 Revolutionary, 12 Union Jack, and 12 Victory camouflages. All of those were just camouflages. There's just a lot in there. 137,500 Commander XP, 3.2 million credits, 32,750 global XP, 26 promotion orders, 3 insignias, 3 commendations, 750 doubloons, 6 summer big crates, 5 fall big crates, and of course the Tier 8 premium battleship Musashi. So, as always, the Admiralty backing is one of the kind of best deals in this game to get premium ships. Musashi, if you don't know, so confirmed she does have worse accuracy. She also will be a little bit different in Yamato in her dispersion pattern. Yamato has the American dispersion pattern. She will have the typical Japanese dispersion pattern. So she will have significantly worse accuracy and significantly less AA. So we'll see how she performs. Next up, the Transformers sort of return and sort of bring new things. Basically, no new Transformers commanders, but they will happily sell us camouflages. From the promo image, what it looks like is Khabarovsk, Großer Kernfürst, Minotaur, Montana, Gearing, and Republique will all receive new camouflages that, just like the ones that are kind of already in the game, they don't look too special. They look very much like, okay, let's bring the same theme and ideas from the previous things into these new boats. So we will see. One thing I think this opens the door to, what I'm kind of hoping for, is there was there's like a Hot Wheels camo that was supposed to come out with the racing event, because if you remember, we were supposed to have the racing event was supposed to be a Hot Wheels themed racing event, but that didn't happen because the war in Ukraine, and I think Hasbro pulled out. They didn't want to be promoting at that time, Russian-ish company with the title war in their name. But this looks like relations have been improved. I wonder if we're going to get that Pretty Hill camo. Maybe. I hope. Anyways, next up, on to legendary carriers. Yeah, legendary carriers are here. We got one update of Free Skies. It only took one update for us to go, okay, now it's time for legendary carriers. Let's go! So the two legendary carriers are going to be USN Midway and IJN Haikuru. Midway is going to have a huge health pool for the boat, and her bombers are going to provide long-range torpedo strikes. Haikuru brings fast planes with extremely short squadron restoration times, meaning you can just keep throwing them at people. Interestingly, these Bureau projects, you'll have to purchase the project once again. This time, though, instead of using steel, it will be for doubloons or for credits. There's no difference in purchasing it. It's not like if you purchase the doubloons ones, it's 30% less research points or anything. They're the same project, whether you purchase with silver or whether you purchase with doubloons. The option for the doubloons, though, will go away at the end of this update, with it remaining for silver in the store. An interesting thing, I don't think this solves how you can get to the most powerful versions of ships without really going through the lines anymore. But hey, this is where we're at. Let's see how these turn out. And of course, Midway currently is a museum ship, so that is the ship that was teased as the next new museum ship being added. Ranked turns 30, seasons 29, 30, and 31 of Ranked are coming. It will be 4v4 battles. Steel and commander progression items will be the rewards. We'll find out more on September 1st. Mobile is getting full releases in Canada, in the Philippines. So if you're either in Canada or the Philippines, be prepared. You can now download World of Warships Legends on your mobile. So, yay. And then we have a sort of playing events called Majestic Days. Basically, if you play every single day starting September 12th for 3 weeks, you'll get new rewards for each day, with each week culminating in an ultimate prize. The first week is a commander container. The second week is an insignia. The third week, it looks like a British commander crate. And then if you've done all 3 weeks, you can unlock for free the Tier 3 British battleship, Agincourt. Agincourt, a history-filled ship. She has 14 12-inch guns. It'll be fun. It's a fun Tier 3, and if you miss a day, of course, Wargaming won't lose the opportunity to take some doubloons off of you in order to complete it. Overall, hey, they're making a way for if you play, you get a free premium. I'm here for it. I'm excited. Let's go. Now on to the new ships of the update. The first one is that American cruiser we teased. Wichita returns, but they are making some big changes. So the release of Wichita, they will now be basically converting the old Wichitas into what they're going to call the Wichita CE, or the Wichita Collector's Edition. They're trying this out. They want to see if maybe tweaking the stats and re-offering the ship in a less broken form, but putting it on sale, appeases both sides. I think this is a compromise. So these are the words that are in the patch notes. The release of this ship marks a new approach regarding some of her peers, considered by the game design team and many of you to be a bit too good to oversaturate the game with. We decided to retire some of those, essentially confirming that they're not going to be available anymore in their current forms and are going to now be referred to as Collector's Edition, or simply CE versions. However, the new versions of these ships will be attainable for both their owner and any captain who don't have such boats, with some tweaks to their stats. Wichita is the first of the batch, with her revamped version coming to the store August 29th, with no time limit set for her availability at present. Expect the following infamous ships to get the same treatment in the coming updates, but note this list might change. The next two are going to be Sommers and Mines, which I didn't really feel like they were that overpowered and oppressive compared to Wichita. I mean, I feel like we all know what genre sort of ship we would keep in that list. And in fact, one of the other ships that was like a super prize ship is now coming back for global XP. We'll talk about that in a second. But anyways, let's get into the changes between Wichita CE and the new Wichita. So we're getting a reduce in HE damage from 2800 to 2600, a reduce in AP damage from 4000 or AP shell damage is being increased from 4000 to 44,200. AP guaranteed ricochet angle decreased from 75 degrees down to 67.5 degrees. AP fuse time increased from 0.001 seconds to 0.033 seconds. AP pen increased by 11%. Main battery shell grouping is being decreased by 10%. So they are tuning this ship very differently, right? I think we all consider Wichita to be much more of an HE ship. This feels like they are trying to wrangle it back over into the AP sphere. So it's going to provide a what I'm going to say is a very different kind of boat to play, which is an interesting strategy. You know, I've always heard that if a compromise isn't right, if both sides aren't happy, and I have a feeling both sides are not going to be happy, or at least the side of the people who want the OG Wichita are not going to be happy with this, because it does very much feel like with this, if you wanted to make a sort of similar boat, why not just name it something else? Like, use the same model, give it different stats, right? We're just playing a virtual boat game. Like, give it different stats, let it keep the model, you know, let it keep the wonderful Citadel, and name it one of the sister ships. Like, that's kind of where I am. It kind of feels weird to throw salt in the wound to be like, you can't have it, but we're going to pretend you can have it. Oh, and we're going to cash in on the name of the old ship so that people who come into the game and like look up certain ships and like look up reviews of them aren't going to see the CE. Like, right, if you have someone who plays the Wichita in a video that's currently right now, it's going to call it the Wichita. And then this new version of the Wichita will be called the Wichita, but the people who are new to the game won't know about this change. They're just going to be like, how do I get the Wichita CE? And they may have already bought the regular Wichita thinking it was the Wichita of previous that is now the Wichita CE. You understand my kind of go at it there. I think it's a weird choice. We will see what happens. I'm excited to have a Wichita in my port. I'm not one who has one. I think they are going to loan the CE versions to the community contributors who don't currently have them, just so that we can make some content, and then they're going to take it away from us unless they forget, please and thank you. So we will see. I will have a comparison up between them, but I'm definitely interested to see just how they perform in the differences. Next, guys, I was wrong. That we do have a new British premium ship available, and it's not the one I thought it was going to be. Sadly, we have the Plymouth. I think I literally ruled it out because I was like, there's no way they'd bring another town class cruiser down to tier 7. Well, look what we have. So the British tier 7 premium cruiser Plymouth, the damage dealing machine, is here to make a splash, as many as 16 AP only slinging guns and 2 quadruple tube torpedo launchers will do the talking for her. Bonus, a solid set of consumables including sonar, radar, and smoke generator, which means no heal for her. This warship will be available from the store starting September 19th. From what I understand, she only has a 16mm bow. So let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. It's going to be interesting. We're gonna get some. We're gonna get down to whatchamacallit. We're gonna get some Minotaur light action going on. Next ship returning Kutuzov is coming available for 750,000 global XP. Super excited. This is a boat that I ended up missing out on. Love the paint scheme. It's a Russian tier 7 cruiser, light cruiser that has smoke. That's its kind of claim to fame. So should be fun. Next up, let's go ahead and talk balance changes. And this, there's some things. First off, the Des Moines, she getting that Nerf hammer, folks. I know it's been fun. I feel bad because I feel like I haven't played her enough because I've been grinding other things. But you know, I blame Where Are You AA Ron. It's all his fault. If he didn't play it so much, we'd be fine. I'm just kidding. She's been overperforming, so they've decided to change the stats just a little. Main battery reload time is being increased from 5.5 seconds to 6. HE shell maximum damage is being decreased from 2,800 to 25,005 for 2,550. AP max shell damage is being decreased from 5,000 to 4,500. Radar is getting a huge nerf. Hits 40 seconds to 30 seconds, so a reduction of 25%. Big. That's a big hit to her, especially with the reload increase. It means you are really going to need teammates around you. You're going to be able to maybe take on a destroyer, but if they're at the edge of your radar pool, you are going to only be able to lightly damage them, and they should probably be able to get away. So, big hit for Des Moines right there. British Tier 7 Premium Cruiser Belfast, you know, the ship we were all like, this isn't strong enough. I have no idea why this would be a campaign ship. Turns out Wargaming agrees. She is getting some significant buffs. Main battery reload time is being decreased from 9.5 to 8.5 seconds. Fire setting chance is being boosted from 9% to 11%. Smoke generator consumable duration being increased from 15 seconds to 20 seconds. So, good changes all around right there. Next up, the next ship that's getting some love is the P-Bag. The Piotr Bagration finally getting her radar that she so desperately needed, because every other Russian cruiser has radar. I don't know why this ship didn't have radar. It's getting an HP increase from 42,000 to 43,000, and main battery reload time is being decreased from 11 to 10 seconds. So I'm excited to take a look at the Piotr Bagration. I think it'll make a very fun ship. Next up, Pan-European Tech Tree Destroyers. Pretty much all of them are getting a buff except for the Tier 8. Basically, they were not performing very well. And honestly, they were very rough. So, Tier 2 Romulus, main battery reload decrease. Basically, everything is getting about a second off of its main battery reload as of current. Some are getting boosts to HE shell damage. And then the more interesting one, I think, is Skone. Skone is getting a torpedo reload time decrease instead of a main battery reload decrease. And it's going from 59 to 55 seconds. And it's getting 900 extra hit points. So all in all, pretty excellent. Next up, what may be a will to rebuild nerf / just improving the game overall. So as the patch note reads, we've resolved an issue with saturation that led to low HP ships surviving despite taking numerous hits from AP shells. This was made possible due to the introduction of minor penetration of AP shells or bombs. When striking a hit location with no HP remaining, the target will take a percentage of the shell or bomb's damage to their ship HP. Minor penetration cannot occur from secondary battery hits. So what this is saying is, if you have a fully saturated area, if the module or that area has been fully saturated, there are two kinds of hit points within World of Warships. There's the section, and there's also overall ship HP, and that combined is usually like double the total hit points that you see on the screen. So what they're saying is, once the health pool is taken away from that area, say the superstructure, it can still be farmed at a reduced rate. I think this is going to be excellent, because I think this may solve some of the issues with will to rebuild, where you would see certain areas just not get any health back, and you would shoot it and just nothing happens if they've been will to rebuilding the whole game. So I'm hopeful to see how this change affects will to rebuild and that whole phenomenon. Next, they've added a new penetration ribbon for torpedo bulge penetration. This appears when the torpedo defense is penetrated, but no other parts of the armor are affected. In this case, no damage is dealt. This ribbon also appears whenever a shell shatters anywhere inside a ship. Secondary batteries with armor penetration will now lose their hit locations after destruction, thus allowing more hits to the hull. Great. Excellent. Overall, cool. And guys, that's the patch notes. Like I said, I think this is going to be an interesting update. This is going to be a fun update. I think this is one that people are going to be upset about a couple of things, going to be happy about a couple of things, and overall, I'm interested to play it. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. See ya.